Well, hello. Thanks for joining me again. Yes, it's Wednesday night and it's 7 o'clock. And we are at Chapel 6 Marshes. The tide, high tide is at 5 o'clock. It's a 6.3 metre tide, but is a westerly wind and it says it's blowing to 36. I don't think that's correct, but it is blowing quite a bit, so I might have to go and get my beach shelter because I don't really want to be struggling in the wind. But at the minute I can cope with it. It's just the occasional gust is really loud, really fierce, and quite blowy as well. Oh, nearly lost it there, didn't we? But anyhow, thanks for tuning in for Verns Sea Fishing. Keep on watching, you never know. We might catch a load of fish, and if we do, more's the better, isn't it? Let's cut for the intro. Right, I'm filming. Let's get that casted out. That's the first one out. That went out straight. Now I'll walk to the left with this one. Let's keep them all separated. I don't know if I've set my beach shelter up far enough up the beach. I think I should have gone another 4 foot. But that's not my only worry, but I'll talk about that in a minute. Check I'm in frame here. Yeah. Well, that went all right. That went all right. Got people come up there and sat down now, miles away from me. Getting busy though, getting busy. So yeah, that went all right. I had to adjust to the left because I wanted it further left, so I wasn't horizontal with the shoreline, which throws me out a bit really. Don't feel like it's gripping. Pleased I got my shelter because it'll be quiet for you now. Plus, when I got back with the shelter, all of a sudden I had such a gust of wind that it grip blasted me. So yeah, right, I'm hoping there's no, yeah, it's quite blowy, isn't it? I'm hoping that it's not got too much left to right in the tide. My right hand one is to the right. I'm using 5-ounce weights, so I don't have to use a 6. It's nice to cast a 5-ounce when you can. I love it. It's my favourite size weight because I'm only a little chap, that's for certain. And yeah, this is all right in there. As long as some dog don't come and wee up my shelter. So I've got one to the right, one to the left. They've both got squid. Well, no, they haven't. One's squid and the other is squid and black lug. I shall use the crab of just after, before and just after high water. I'm looking forward to actually fishing over high water, but the time is 25 to 4. High water's at 5. I should be all right, even if it's kissing my shelter. I should be all right. I just hope there's no weed. There weren't any weed yesterday. John was fishing a match yesterday, and me and the wife helped him because he's getting old now, you see. So me and the wife helped him to get his gear down, and then on the way back, I carried a rod, one of his bags. Paul carried a bag, rod bag, and his freezer bag, and the wife, she had scoot. Well, she got 2 rope burns on her hand for starters, and then she had to wrap it round her hand and use her other hand to hold him. But yeah, he would pull you over, Scoot. But he's a big Newfoundland, so yeah. She was chuckling away and huffing and puffing. I ain't heard my missus huff and puff like that for a long time. But yeah, he's a big dog. A lot bigger than Duke. Duke can pull, but not like Scoot. 2 different dogs though, aren't they? Anyway, so what I'm saying is I'm hoping I've got my rods up high enough, because it's got like a metre to get to my tripod to come up. I'll know at 4 o'clock, put it that way, with an hour to go. Just want to keep my rods apart, because if there's any hounds, they swim about and tangle your lines up. If you remember, I was there and I caught 9. That was hard work, and today with this wind it'd be even harder. Now, I've got a red patch on the side of my head. I don't know what it is, but it's sore as buggery, it is. And I got a bit sunburnt yesterday, even though I put 2 lots of suntan oil on, but I got my suntan oil out. I don't know what this red mark is. I'll have to put some cream on it shortly. It starts stinging. Secondly, apart from that, I'm all right. Today I'm fishing with the Primo High Flex. Yeah, some people call it a Primo. And I've got the M4 High Flex match as well. Coupled that along with my QTC and AKS caged rocket reels. Beautiful reels. And I have bought another reel, but you will see that soon. I'll probably get it reeled up tomorrow, change the line on it. I've serviced it, changed it, put a magnet. I've put a magnet in it as well, another one. So I'll do that. Service it. I've serviced it. What am I talking about? It's because I want to turn you on my rods, but I ain't finished yet. I've serviced it, I just need to put some more line on. So let's have a look at these rods. Glorious day. Yeah, John was in a match yesterday, Skegness match. It was at Trunch Lane. The winner won it with four fish, 4 hounds. John had 1 hound. I think John thinks he came 8th. But at least he didn't blank. He certainly puts enough effort in to warrant better results. And he ain't bothered as long as he catches where he comes, but I'm sure if he kept winning, he'd love it. So this is going to be a shortish video. I'll say that now and then you can be chuckling at the end, but my daughter and Tom are on holiday shortly, and Tom will do a video, an extra video the week before, so there's a video done. And if I can do a short one, which I think I already have done it for when they go away, I think I've already done it. It's the last video with a high water. So what did you think of that when I was fishing? I fished low water, didn't I? And then I finished the video, caught that ray, and then I fished high water, didn't I? Yeah. And then on the last reeling, I caught a hound, didn't I? Now I enjoyed doing that because I like keeping low water and high water separate. The only thing was I couldn't change my reels because I didn't think about bringing me high water reels. So I might have caught some more fish with the rope reels. Oh dear, Verns, what do you sound like, boy? Anyhow, yeah, and that got me 2 videos on one trip, which saves me hell and all money. So I think I'll be doing that more often, and I think on Friday I'll be doing it, so that's the good thing. It's peaceful air, isn't it, with this waves on the beach? It really is. Right, so I aren't really expecting a lot until later on. It is a little bit of a cast, but not hugely. The water is a little bit coloured, but not hugely. I'm quite hopeful, but not hugely. So let's hope there's a lot of hugely big fish out there. Then that would be good. But I'll bring it back when I reel these in. I'll show you the rods when I go down there. My reels, you know what they are. And in the interim period, I'm going to make some baits up. So I'll see you in a bit. You'll have to excuse the flicking of the beach shelter. I'm gonna have to put, it's bloody flickering, I thought he turned that off. I'm gonna have to put on a 6 ounce weight because there's a bit of pull on it. Now I don't know whether a 6 ounce will make any difference, but it's got to be worth a try. There is May rot. The other thing is, I'm going to chuck this one out short. Don't really want to, because the problem is with the tide, with the water, mind you, there's a bit of colour in it. It's just you got, when there's no colour, you need to wham it out a bit, as far as you can anyhow, to give yourself a chance of catching. Gonna have to come this way because fucking the sand. Don't know if I'm far enough in the video yet to be allowed to swear. So I'm not gonna chuck this one out as far. I did say when I casted out on that first cast, I couldn't tighten to the weight, could I? And I guess the weight was rolling along. And yeah, isn't it amazing, eh? Yesterday, John was fishing in the afternoon. There was no movement of the line then, none at all. Right, we'll see what that does. Very interesting. What I'll do is I shall get another rig and I shall bait it up, because as you saw then, I just chucked that one back out. It's only been at 5-10 minutes, and the bait was still in good condition on the hook with the bait elastic, so that's why I sent it back out again. I'll get another rig, bait it up, and see what happens with that one with the 6 ounce weight on. At the minute, it's where I put it. But I didn't cast it so far either. The May rot is the sludgy stuff. So if you crimp your fingers around your line to put it onto your spool, you end up with a big blob of snot, and then you have to take it off and flick it on the floor, if you know what I mean. Because I ain't got an hanky. See in a bit. Well, it's like a it's like grip blasting there. It's quite windy, but I've got you behind my shelter, so you might hear the shelter wafting about, but that's it. That battery ran out. Yeah, it's unlike me to pick a day to fish like this. I normally think to myself, so that I ain't going. But Monday, I like going fishing Mondays because video gets edited tonight, and then that gives me Tuesday to watch it if nothing goes wrong. And then Wednesday I can either go fishing or just stay at home and answer my comments. I don't think I'm going to be chucking it out far. It is left to right, so I know I'm not going to catch. There's a possibility, I suppose, of me catching. But on these days when I have conditions like this, it's normally a no catching day, which is a shame really, because it's summer, it's nice, it's reasonable weather today apart from this wind. It's flat calm. You would think you'd catch all the time, wouldn't you? But there weren't that many fish in the competition yesterday really. I should have thought about that. The reason I've come today is high tide's at 5, so I'll be fishing into 7-8 o'clock, but it's still daylight, but that sun will drop down as it does every day. Drive air was atrocious. There's that many people nowadays that drive at 40 mile an hour in 60s, 45 in a 60. If they touch 50, you're lucky, and you got a stream of traffic you can't get past because everybody else nowadays just are quite happy sat behind plodding along at 45 to 50 mile an hour. It is ridiculous. Driving standards have changed so much through all the things they've changed, from speed cameras slowing you to everything, road markings which narrow the roads, which make people think, oh, I've got to slow down, I can't get through, and it's ridiculous. So go and buy that, you can understand why there is no free speech now. It's just the next thing that they're changed into an alter, and you can go on for any genre of anything, you know what I mean? People's conversation, jokes, you know, humour, can't say this, can't say that. We are losing what actually makes us British or English, wherever you're from. And that's the sorry state of affairs. But I look at everything and think it's all going wrong, and driving is just one of those things. I mean, people, if you go on the right hand side of the road to overtake, that's like a crime nowadays. I overtook a woman down there when I had the wife in the van yesterday, and I was past her. There was loads of room. I was past her and she had to put a horn on. She had to put a horn on, because woe betide anybody overtake these people, because these people seem to think that this is the speed I'm doing and everyone else should do it also. But apart from the drive here, there was one section that was very busy. There was a van on the side of the road and huge tailback. I don't understand why that was. And then you get an idiot in front of me who was clearly on the phone, and the gap was increasing. And I was thinking, we've got to get through these lights. There weren't any lights, but I thought there was, because I thought, what is this tailback for? But yeah, he was on the phone, dilly-dallying, swerving about, touching the white line, because he was looking down at his lap. He wasn't concentrating, was he? It's going to be a hard session today, I think. But yeah, so yeah, driving standards have totally changed. Like I say, if you overtake anybody, it's a crime. And you just get people backing up behind a van or a car or whatever, doing 40 in a 60, and yeah, nobody overtakes anymore apart from me and the odd one. It's absolutely shocking. It's terrible. But the drive home, I can guarantee the drive home tonight will be absolutely fantastic. There'll be hardly any traffic on the road. Last night when we came home, me and the wife, because we came here and visited John, got fish and chips, had a drink in the pub, did some casting on the beach, and then I went up north on this coast to have a look at the beaches. Had a good day out, really. And the drive home last night was, but I don't think I had a car in front of me that affected me at all. Saw them in the distance, but then they were gone. Absolutely brilliant. And I look forward to that, but I was absolutely tired this morning, dog tired. And I could have gone to sleep when I got home from work, but I kept going, got my gear ready, come here. But I've just been sat on my box nodding off. So I expect tonight I'll have to pull over 2 or 3 times to have a sleep. But here we go. Wind seems to have subsided a little bit, but it'll just wait for the next gust, I reckon. Skies are absolutely fantastic. Look at them clouds. And I'll keep watching these rods. I'll get another rig baited up and then I'll bring you back. See you later. Bit dirty. Right, I've just switched this on because I don't know if that'll be too bright. I'll put it on that. Oh shit, what's that done? Right, I've what have I switched you back on for? I'm gonna just have a quick talk with you. Update on Tab. I think in the previous video I said that I was going to take him to the vets, and that what happened with that was we took him to the vets on the Tuesday. 58 quid later we come out and he's had an inflammatory injection to relieve some of the discomfort from his mouth, if there is any, on the basis that he was going in Friday to have his teeth pulled and for a check about around there, and also for a check down the back of his throat initially. Vets phoned me back up. I took him in, the vet phoned me back up, and it turns out that Tab has cancer across his larynx, which makes sense really, because for the last few years his meow has got very, very quiet and weak, but he purred like a trooper. He could purr like a trooper. You could hear him purring from another room, but his voice had gone virtually. So he's got this cancer, and he said to me, that's it. So I went down, obviously a bit upset because the daughter phoned me up at the wrong time, and I couldn't talk, and obviously start filling up. Well, I was filling up, it was coming out, and yeah, so he was asleep when I turned up because he was going to have this operation. And yeah, he then put him down. So Tab, I'm afraid, is gone. He was 16 and a half, which is a great age for a cat. He had a good life. He used to stare at the hedges outside our house and jump in it, launch himself up about a metre to catch birds when he was young. Used to fight, used to play, charge about. If he got the wind up his arse, he'd be zooming about the back garden and everywhere. And one time, I think I've told you before, we just happened to open the curtains at the right time on a weekend, and there comes Tab running down the middle of the road, trotting down the middle of the road with a ginger guinea pig hanging out of his mouth with no head. We couldn't work out what it was, and then when we went out there's this guinea pig had chewed the head off, hadn't he? And I think I've told you before, but I went out looking for this guinea pig because we was thinking, Christ, the parents are going to come, the adults are going to come around and say, you seen our guinea pig? We got away with it. But I went out the side garden and there's Pudge with this guinea pig's foot hanging out. That all got eaten. Didn't get wasted. They come round. Have you seen our guinea pig? No. No. What colour is it? Oh, I shouldn't laugh. But they're the memories you get with your pets, aren't they? They're the memories you get. So, just let me check that's filming. Sorry for the close-up. So, yeah, lots of memories with him. Used to lay with his brother, Tigger. Used to be laid touching each other, but yeah. I'll ask Tom to put a picture in, hopefully. I'll send him a picture when this video gets to edit. Because then I've got a picture of all my cats as they've gone. But it's a record for me, really. But yeah, cat or dog, ferret, goldfish, you know. You all get close to these animals if that's your sort of thing. So yeah, I'm afraid Tab's gone. So I've got 3 buried now in the side garden. Tigger, Felix and Tab. And I've got Pudge, Louie and Gizzy left. So I've got 3 cats now. It's easier now. You miss them, but it's easier now because we were mashing food up, feeding him throughout the day. Whenever I was just every couple of hours putting food down for him to eat. And now it's freed up weekends, so now I can actually go away not feeling guilty or anything else that my cat is at home in the kitchen, not well. But he was eating, not a lot, but he was eating every day. He was still going to the toilet, he was purring when he ate, he was happy. And you can't do any more than that, but I got him into the vets at the right time, really. Because I think the vet said that the cancer was going to rupture and that's why he had to be put down that day. But yeah, no more updates on Tab. Goldfish are doing all right. I did a water change just before I come fishing. Not a huge one. I took about 12 litres out, which is at just over 10%. And I did that because we've had this hot weather. Because we've had this hot weather, I thought to myself, let's do a water change because it'll put a bit more oxygen in there, won't it? Right, I've either got a fish on that or the tide has knocked the weight out, so I'll turn you off and then I'll go bring it in. I'm just trying to get another 6 ounce weight on. So I like to bend the wires. I get my pliers just above the pointy bit on the weight, and I bend it out like that. Pointy bit on the weight just above it, bend it like that, push them in. Just about 3 mil above it, bend it 3 mil above the point like that, bend it, squeeze it in, wait. That line has gone slack. I don't know whether I've had a bite on it, because obviously I've been baiting this rig up, this rod up. But yeah, it's it's all sloopy there and soft. Yeah, so I might have had a bite on that rod. Tanisha, go away a minute. Right, am I in shot? Yeah. Right, let's get this set up on the rod and rest, and then I'll better phone my daughter back. But I've got a rod there that's gone slack. But if I don't phone her back, I'll be hell to pay. Gone slack again. I had better reel this in. open on air. Had a go at that. Someone's had a go at that bait. So I've just put it back on because I haven't baited another rig up. And I've got to fill my daughter up. So we'll just get this out. I ain't going to chuck it far. Right, someone had a go at that because it had pulled the bottom hook, the bait off the bottom hook. I had that 2 or 3 times last week in the last video. Right, I'm gonna ring a daughter back. I shall bring you back when I reel one of them in. Hopefully we'll get some. It's not too windy now, but occasionally the wind blows and it's like a grit storm. It's like being sandblasted, so I'm pleased I've got the shelter up. I'm not going to be pleased carrying it back though. Absolutely cracking day. It is the 23rd of June 2025 and look at them clouds. It's an absolutely fantastic day. For those that don't know, we're fishing with the Zziplex M4 High Flex Match and the Zziplex Primo High Flex. May rot everywhere and too beautiful rocket reel. It's just may rot everywhere. But the last reeling, it wasn't the weed on there, it was just the sludge. So it might, it's getting there high water now, so it might recede a bit. See you later. dear. Oh, dear. Ain't life shit. Absolute shit. Oh dear. Right. Well, fish front. We ain't caught anything yet. Last week when I was fishing these reels, was it this week? No, when it was the week I had, it's this week's video, which is Wednesdays, and yeah. Tried to get the clickers working, didn't I? And they wouldn't work. They did work. I just didn't engage them. Didn't know what. They just didn't engage. But they do engage. I'm engaging them today. So yeah, that ain't pulling left to right now. Perhaps that was just that initial part of the tide. But I've got one rod out there to the left. And the other one's dead straight out. I'm going to put the other half of crab on. I've got crab and squid on that, so I'm going to do the same again. So yeah, right, I shall see you in a bit. It's a beautiful day. It's great to be on the beach. Shall see you in a bit. All right, let's get this reeled in. It's going from right to left now, the tide. Camera's too close. Still got the magnet on probably too much, but I've casted past that knot. If you remember in the last video I had to cut it, and tie a knot, lead a knot. Still got the knot. Squid and crab out now, so we've got squid and crab on both. Martin, it was great to hear from you on the last video. I was fishing at Poo Pipe, caught 2 hounds and a turbot. So you know you are, Martin. I hope you get out fishing. I hope you do what you'd like to do, and have a few good months, because it's pretty hard to say what you want to say without saying something that's wrong. But I think you understand that in life you have to do what you can do, what you physically can do, and what you can afford to do, because you can't make yourself bankrupt, can you? Talking about something else there. But yeah, Martin, I'm pleased that these videos actually bring you enjoyment, and I'm pleased that it's enthused you to get out and do some fishing. I hope you get out, I hope you get some fishing done. Even if you only get 1 rod, that's all you need, isn't it? Excuse me. You know, it'll be so great if you do it. If you don't, keep watching my videos. I'm pleased that brings you enjoyment. I never thought a Norfolk lad like me. I've got no airs and graces. I don't want to educate anybody in how to fish. I don't show you really anything of what I do. If I show you how I bait up, that's how I've baited that hook up there and then. I'm no teacher, I'm no great person that wants to be all airs and graces. But what these videos do for some people, I mean, it does make some people turn them off. But I'm pleased that my videos have given you something to enjoy to watch. And if you get out and fish, please do. One rod, one reel, get a fixed bill reel and a bit of bait. If you're in a harbour, get a float, do anything. Chuck for some feathers for some mackerel. If you, I don't know where you live, Martin, you see. I don't know whereabouts it is, but if you can get out and do some fishing and get some fresh air and clear your mind, I hope that's what you do. But keep in touch, mate. Keep in touch, that's the main thing. Well, we'll chuck that out. We've got squid and crab on both. Get a bit of squid, cut the head off. Cut the mantle down. Cut this side of the mantle off. So you cut a sliver off. Keep that for a flapper rig. Half a crab. Just got some crab off John. Last me ages. And then just wrap it. So I've cut the squid down just to reduce the size. Now this bait is still big. Some people will think it's not very big, but I can assure you it is. I was speaking to Paul yesterday in the Skegness matches, and his baits are the size of my finger to my knuckle, and that's so that he can cast out further and get the distance. Today you need a bit of distance. There is colour in that water, not a huge amount, but there is. Oh, you can't! Things ain't going right. Things ain't going right. Lily pet. Right. Put the hook on. Push it down the centre like that. Bind it on the shank of the hook, pushing on the eye with your thumb. And then go past the eye and the knot and elasticate that side to lock the hook in. Take down the panel. Oh, you bastard. One, two. And I go halfway in the bait like that and pop it out to make sure I get enough hook. And there you have it. That is the size of my finger. Baits can be that big. That's plenty big enough to catch a hound. And then I take this bait and just stick it in the bag. Look, so this is my rig, and in here is my bait. It's not freezing in there, but it is a cool bag. Everything in there is cool, and that's in there so the bait doesn't deteriorate before I throw it out. Right, sorry about that, you weren't looking at me, I was only drying my hands. Yeah. Yeah, life ain't great at times, is it? And then on top of that, you've got tossers. Fucking tossers, haven't you? Right, I've got to go because my daughter's stuck. These videos, yeah, is these videos, what am I going to say? These videos help me out because I like to have a good old chinwag about stuff and clears my mind. I'd want to talk about fucking mental health and all that shite. I understand people suffer from it, and I feel for them. You know, there's a lot of people that do suffer, and there's also a lot of people that don't but play on it. And deciphering who they are is hard work, isn't it? But these videos for me, talking to you, I'd be talking to myself anyhow, and anybody else that walks past, but these videos help me out. If you had a bad day at work and you're just in a grump, you go fishing and you'll feel a lot better afterwards. And they also help if you got bad news. But yeah, but it's all dependent on whether you can forget that bad news and just get on with life. And yeah, don't mean to offend anybody, but if we all say a spade is a spade and we all say what we mean and people say it, there's only a certain degree of people that will actually say what they mean, what, you know, because you can offend anybody. But I don't mean to offend anybody, but you know, I'm just talking about what I just said now about the old that shit. But yeah, I've got stuff on my mind at the minute, and yeah, I have. No one on the beach, but I can hear someone talking. Let's get this reeled in. Wanted to check that my lines weren't crossed. heavy, but it's just the weights digging in, I think. We've got ourselves a fish. Let me walk it back because I can't reel in. Well, it's not a blank. I seriously thought it was going to be a blank, but it's not. Oh. The line did go slack. Here we are. Let me take the hook out and then we'll show you the fish. Right, let's get this out. That's it, you spit the water out everywhere. There you have it, and I would say that that is probably about 80. Well, it helps with a bit of bad news. It certainly helps. What a beautiful fish. Let's get that returned, shall we? She's group. She's hello little baby. Probably got one on the other rod, I don't know. Well, I seriously didn't think I would catch. There's no hound there on the beach. I thought I saw its tail, its dorsal fin, go through one of the waves further out. But yeah, I didn't think I would catch today. And this wind has picked up again, but the wind has dropped. It has dropped. So the situation with the wind and the water, it's all changed. And through that, the fish have come in, and I've caught a fish. Chuffed with that. I'll get this reeled up. I've took the May rod off while the hound was in my bucket, because believe it or not, that curled up in my bucket, and that's why it was so lively when I shoot you at the camera. So I'll get this in, and then my other line's gone slack. I'll bring that in. You got to deal with the smooth-hound before you bring the others in. It's all about the care of the fish. If there's a hound out there on the other rod, it's got a barb on the hook. It ain't gonna come off if it's hooked. And it's perfectly safe out there because it's in water. See you in a bit. Right, I'm gonna reel this one in. I haven't casted the right hand rod out yet, but I'm going to reel this in because it keeps going slack, and I don't want to get my lines tangled. So let's reel this in and see what's on it. Yeah. Nothing on that. Might just be a one fish session, but I ain't got a problem with that because I'm quite used to sessions like that. Right, let's get it casted out. We'll do it down there this time, shall we? Yeah, that was all right. Went straight. All casts have gone straight today. Oh dear. Right, I shall get this main rod off this, put that rig on, and that'll be my last cast. The time is 20 to 8, and I said I was going to fish till 8 PM, and that'll be about low water. We're getting the patch over there, so we'll give it a go. If I've got to wade out, I've got to wade out, haven't I? In fact, I've baited it up now. I'm going to have to use it in a... I'll chuck it out there. I'll chuck it out short. See you later. Right. Let's cast this out. Yeah, should be able to not hit me other line. Let's do it to there. You don't need to see my tripod, do you? Oh, you bastard. Well, I've just got to hit it a touch higher, I think. I'm hitting it higher than I did, but it feels like a lot higher to me, but it isn't. But when you're hitting it really high, you've got a bit of instability with your hip again. Right, that's the last cast. I'll be honest with you, that was a rig that was off a bit back. Not the one that I just caught the hound on, but it's just a bit of squid, and I've got a crab and a half left, and they're only going to be out 5-10 minutes. So we've got water getting low there, and we've got water getting low here. So I know I've got a bit more water here, but it ain't going to be out for long, I can assure you. And then I shall reel in. If I've got a wade out, I'll take the fish over there and put it out there where it can get out. I just don't want to catch a fish and it can't go back because the water's too low. Because what I'll end up doing is I'll end up sitting in my van and coming back on the beach to make sure that the beach is clear, because it's all about the fish care. We don't want to, you sometimes can't help chucking fish about or dropping them, yeah, that's just the way it is, but we can try to handle the fish as best we can. In the last video, or a video before, yeah, the last video, when I caught that hound at high water, I had to pick it up with the tail. Yes, I didn't have to, but I had my rod. I could have took my rod up and gone down, but it was only lightly hooked, that fish, and it could have swiddled about and gone. So nobody would have given me credit for the fish then if I weren't holding it. So I ended up picking it up and I just had to get it, but I made sure I didn't bend the tail. I had it like that. So I apologise for that. I did not mean to do it. But like I say, you just have to try your best all the time. And failures, well, you just have to learn by them and try not to do it again. Or do it as best you can. Right, I'm going to watch these, have some water, and I'll bring you back. Cheers. Let's get this reeled in, shall we? I'm worrying now that the water's going. The weight's digging into the sand a lot. That's that. I shall sort that rig out I'll sort that rig out, and I'll leave that out a bit, because I've got this water here that I can return, and it doesn't look shallow directly out there, does it? There. And this bit, if I had to, I'd walk out there and chuck it out there if I catch. So I'll leave the next one out for another 5 minutes, and then whilst I put this rig away and my reel and stuff, and then I shall bring the last one in. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I'm hoping that it's shorter, and yeah. Beautiful scenery. Alright, let's get this reeled in, shall we? Beautiful clouds, aren't they? Aren't they lovely? It's worth being alive to see that, isn't it? That is meant to be white line, but that's what May rot does. So what I'll have to do is I'll have to get a toothbrush on that and clean it. I might even have to take some of the line off, because you can feel it on it, and once it goes hard, it's like sandpaper, and you don't want to be dragging that through your eyes. So when you get a reel in this state, it needs a good scrub, and you might even have to pull some of the line off to clean it underneath, because obviously you'll only clean the top bit. Well, we didn't get anything on that, did we? We didn't, but one fish, especially after the day I've had. The day was going well, but there. Oh, what a shitter. Never mind. Yeah, it's been great. I'm sorry if I seem off the sorts, but it's just news, and so that's all I'm going to say. But I do apologise, because I took the shine off the fish a bit, but I've really enjoyed myself. And like I said, look at all the sand in there. My phone's in that pocket. I didn't think I would catch today, because for the simple reason the water was okay. It weren't bad, but it was just that wind, and I just figured that it might have an effect on the fish. I don't really know, but I do know an easterly affects the fish. So would a strong westerly probably pushes the fish out further, but my casting distance is one distance, because it don't matter if I graunch it or do it pretty good and nice and smooth, they go the same distance. But I'm getting out far enough to catch fish, so I'm happy. It's been great here at Chapel 6 Marshes today on the 23rd of June. Fished the 6.3 metre tide, and time is now 8. I said I wanted to pack up at 8 because the water's gone now. So 3 hours before, 3 hours before or longer, and 3 hours after, and that's it, it's done. So I got here a little bit late, but then that was the journey here. But in the last video I said, don't put the music on yet, Tom. In the last video I asked you if you could thumbs up and give us a comment, please. Even if you watch it all the time, if you watch me all the time, don't do it if you don't watch me, because it's pointless, because it'll be like it's false. And I've still got sand in my fucking pocket. Yeah, like I say, I got told off big style, I think, and the algorithm got altered with John's story time, and it's screwed up my channel for views, watch time hours. So I can only think if you actually give me thumbs, and I ain't just saying this to get thumbs up, I'm asking you if you'd give us thumbs up, and if you'd drop us a comment. I don't care if it's just hello or thank you or knobhead, I don't care. As long as it's a comment. You might get knobhead cut out, they might avoid that. Is the tiger away? Yeah. So yeah, it's just to see if we can alter the algorithm. I'm gonna put some more videos out. I did some shorts at the weekend. I ain't bothered what they are, as long as I just put content out, because I need to change this algorithm. Thanks for watching. I'm pleased I brought you a fish. I'm pleased I caught a fish. It made me a little bit happier, but it'll take a lot to make me happy, I think. So thanks for watching. I really do appreciate it. Thanks to all the subscribers and the members. Thank you very much. It's great. I'd never realised or thought that a Norfolk lad like me could end up having a small YouTube channel, and having so many people enjoy my channel and greet me on the beach no matter where I am. If they know me, they come up and say hello. It's fantastic. So thanks a lot, because without you lot I wouldn't have a channel. I'd just be putting content out, but I wouldn't have a channel. So thank you very much. I'll see you anon.